In Cork we have a very strong community from many European countries, and whether it's through the single market or the free movement of people, again it's a great example of what Europe has achieved, that people like Isabel can come, bring her beautiful food from France, then mix it with our beautiful food from Ireland, create a business, create a family here, live here, and vice versa. And that's why programs like Erasmus, as Isabel mentioned, are absolutely fundamental to our continent and to what we have as a people. This is an excellent example of natural Irish product, fish in this case, but this market has beef and other cheeses and locally produced food. I remember when I was in business myself, I used to supply people here. I had a shop across the road, and then when I had restaurants, we used to purchase product from here. And now I still come here, usually at the weekends, to buy fish or meat or something like that. And we have to remember that food sustainability is absolutely vital for the European Union. And we must ensure that these small, medium-sized, local producers across our continent are supported. I'm blessed to have a lovely wife and 3 beautiful daughters. Our eldest daughter is in Strasbourg on Erasmus, and Tanya, my wife, and Sophie, my middle daughter, and Nicole, who's our baby, and Daisy, who's our dog. All women. I'm blessed amongst women. I'm sure I'll be rewarded in the next life. When I was in this school, when I was about 9 or 10, I was actually looking out the window at this beautiful view we have of Cork City, and the teacher was asking everybody in the class what they wanted to do when they grew up. I said I wanted to be a politician, and even though there was no family link really to politics, it's something that stayed with me. I was involved a little bit in university, and then grew into it through local and regional politics, and then where I am today. Well, when I was about 19, in 1989, I set up a catering equipment business, which for quite a number of years was very successful. I had 2 restaurants, I had a couple of shops and a wholesale business here in Cork. And I think, we employed at one stage up to about 30 people. I then, in the mid-90s, moved into local politics. And in my late 30s I became Lord Mayor of this great city of Cork, which was a tremendous honour for me. And I think the best job anyone can have in politics is to be Lord Mayor of their city, especially a place as wonderful as Cork is. And then after that I ran in the general election and was elected as a TD, representing Cork North Centre, where we are at the moment. And then 2.5, 3 years later, Enda asked me to be a minister in his department, Minister for European Affairs. And so I actually ended up being the longest serving Fine Gael Minister for European Affairs ever, and it was a great job, particularly through that period with Enda, negotiating the initial terms of the Irish question as part of Brexit. And then last July, President Dole and Secretary General Tono asked me to be campaign director. We want to get European election campaign for 2019 up and running early. We are the largest political group. We have a huge responsibility to our European citizens to continue to show leadership. And I must admit, it is, of all the jobs I've had, the most challenging, and one I'm very much looking forward to working with all of our member parties in the 27 member states. We have the highest democratic values, we have the highest social contract already, but we still need to do far more. And I hope that this election will be about issues and about people. The EPP has been the one that has come up with these measures, whether it is the abolition of roaming but now in the proposals for Erasmus, real things that make a real difference for people. Rather than just, as I say, knocking and criticising and preying on people's fears. That type of politics delivers nothing for anybody. I think one of the real political lessons that I've learned is that even now when we talk in Europe, that we're seeing growth again, we're seeing our continent recovering, that still for so many people they do not see this yet in their lives. And it's a mistake that can be made. It's a mistake that's made by politicians when they look at raw data and statistics, they look at growth of 2, 3, 4%. And what we have to do is see how we can ensure that people on the ground can see that they are part or will be part of an improved economic circumstances.